Okay, you are live. I think you know. Okay, you are live. I think you know by now what to do.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back. I will explain some things again in case you didn't catch most. In case you missed most of the any % run, I will explain some things again as we get to them. But yeah, this is our second run of this game. Going to actually no, not Wizpick to start with. I want to use TT to start with here. So something cool about EKR and EKRDS is that you can play most of the tracks in most of the vehicles. So in total there are 24 tracks in this game and 57 possible vehicle combinations. I just noticed I'm probably on the wrong file, so to get that out of the way before I start the run and realise I have to switch files. Yep, I was on the wrong file. Okay, anyway. So yeah, 24 tracks and overall 57 possible combinations of vehicle and track. And this category will play through all of them. Check I got them? Yes, I have. So yeah, we're going to be starting with Plane. I'm going to do this in a way that lets me use TT, the faster character for Plane and Hover, first, and then switch back to Wizpig for car at the end. So I'm going to do all the tracks in one vehicle and then switch to the next one. With that in mind, I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1... Oh wait, sorry. I forgot I was in time trial mode. Okay, for real now, I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Right. So, if you watched the any % run just now, you will have noticed I struggled a lot with Wizpig and Plane. TT is just better overall. Although really the only thing that's different is his handling. He has much snappier handling. It is really nice in comparison, although it can be a bit hard to get used to, and definitely quite jarring after you've just played for 2.5 hours with Wizpig. But yeah, it also probably looks a bit weird to see what was previously a car track now in Plane. Don't worry, you're going to get used to this. Not too much here. Those air zippers I'm going through, you need to be at least somewhat decently aligned with them to not get redirected. I've got to remember to also actually select the vehicle for every track before I go into them. The nice thing about this run is I don't need to do any screen switching. Now this track actually has an out of bounds that I'm actually going to go for because it's not the hardest out of bounds ever, really. I'll set my bottom screen up there so I can see the map. Oops, I was not holding the accelerator there. Right. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. You kind of just drive at this and then eventually it will let you out. I'm probably not saving time with it anymore, but there's really no super consistent way to do this. There we are. Eventually you'll just pop out like that. Unfortunately, I'm not really saving time with this now. Need to do it fairly quickly to save time. But yes, this is by far the easiest out of bounds in the game. You don't have to do anything complicated. Last checkpoint is a bit weird, it's around there. Just 3 checkpoints we have to hit in this one. There's one around here. It's easier if you look at the bottom screen, but the bottom screen is not very big right now. Of course, the top screen is more important in all races. And that should grab it. Okay, yeah. So that lost maybe 25 seconds to a good out-of-bounds run there, and about 10 seconds to a decent inbounds run, because I took a while to set up the clip. Yeah, that's the only... I've just selected car. Not to a great start with this one. This one also has an out-of-bounds. It's one of the jankiest out-of-bounds in the game. For sure. A lot of what I'm actually doing is whereas with Wizpig I was holding R pretty much the whole time in plane, it's actually quite the opposite with TT. Most of the time I'm not holding R and just trying to hug these walls quite tightly. The exception is when I need to take an occasional sharp turn like that, but really a lot of this can be done and should be done with just no R. It's a lot easier to control. Very easy to spin way out of control if you're holding R at all times with TT. Now we actually get to see this track with Air B finally, because I have a file set up here that has Air B on every vehicle, as opposed to any percent where I only was only able to get it on car and on plane and not for the whole run. Oh, whoa. Thankfully TT has pretty good acceleration compared to Wizpig, so you can much more easily recover from stuff like that. Okay. Really tend to like a 124 though, usually. And because I actually have Air B now, I can go considerably faster in tracks like this, where I actually should be able to get a sub 130 fairly reasonably, barring any major mistakes. And this one does have an out of bounds that's actually fairly easy to do. I'm a bit out of practice with it, but yeah, this has one of the easiest out of bounds to do, not counting Fossil Canyon because that one's kind of weird. Oh dear, it should still be sub 130. What's interesting is that this one actually doesn't have a clip in 64, and it pretty much can't have an out of bounds clip in 64. The track's kind of airtight there. It's only because the frozen lake happens to have melted in DS, so and in general water is easier to use for clipping in both games. This is one of my favourite plane tracks, I'd say. It's quite difficult, but got some fairly enjoyable parts. Unfortunately, plane is probably the least interesting vehicle in this game, but I think tracks like this can still be very fun. Especially this ending bit here. Oh, and I screwed it up. It's okay, I have 2 more chances. It's in tracks like this where you can really see the benefit of TT's insane handling in plane. Let's actually get the ending this time. You can do that without getting caught as well. It's quite fast. A really good lap here is a 30 usually. And because I tend to be talking about them, this one does have an out of bounds, but it's currently only useful for a flap in time trials. It was one of the out of bounds that was found fairly recently. That is in the past year. This is a rather short plane track. Oh dear. Except when you do that. That zipper up there is actually useless in the 64 version of Tragic Ace Plane. Because in that game it actually, for some reason that zipper always is at a really low frame rate in 64, which is not very helpful for building speed. Even here it's kind of awkward to hit. Going round for that corner there. Ooh. Right, we have another shot to get a sub 2 windmill planes, but this time with TT. So as you might expect, TT can save a bit of time here over Whizpig due to his better handling. I guess that goes for every plane track. But yeah, it should mean I have a better chance of getting sub 2 if I don't overturn, that is, due to being used to Whizpig. This last turn especially. Big time saver for TT. That's about the same first lap I had on my first go when we were playing as a Whizbig in the any percent run. Would have hit that wall if I didn't counter steer, I think. Oh, that should be sub 2. Yep. For some reason, the amount of time before you can, for some reason you can exit out of the track more quickly in Wimble Plains, but only Wimble Plains. I have no idea why. It's only that track. This ending section is usually a bit smooth with TT, but I might struggle a little bit. Okay, yeah. No bonks. Still a little bit iffy though. Whoa. Would have liked to take a tighter line there, but yeah, couldn't because of CPUs. For some reason the spaceship's a bit delayed on lap 3, so you actually don't need to really go out of the way too much there, if at all. Oh, so that was actually a really solid SDA. Mid 153. Pretty excellent, actually. That's probably my best inbounds SDA. Yes, that one has an out of bounds, surprising literally no one. It's easier to talk about the two tracks that don't have an out of bounds, to be honest. I've already completed one of them. Actually, no, I've already completed both of them, I think. Yeah. Oh dear. It's fine. TT is a big help in this track in particular. This track has a load of tight turns. Although I'm almost not so used to him here, because I am Whizbig. Almost a 34 lap. Go for the zipper. You generally go for that zipper with TT. But yeah, it can result in that happening. Ooh. This is a pretty decent track in plane, I'd say. Of the non-default tracks, I kinda like this one. A lot of the non-defaults are actually my favourite tracks. Or I should say track vehicle combinations. There's a zipper down here, which I don't think is faster, but I'll take it anyway just for funsies. I'm not really sure why that zipper's even there, to be honest. But it's not there in N64 Star Study Plane. And actually, interestingly, there is an out of bounds in that exact area in 64 that would really benefit from having that zipper there. But for some reason it's not there. But yes, normally I just take a tight line here. Ah. This will get more interesting once we're out of playing percent. Oh, we tend to refer to each individual grouping, so each set of tracks with a vehicle. Oh, whoa, okay. She had a shield up. Each category... Each third of this run, so that is playing all tracks of a given vehicle, tends to be referred to as a vehicle percent. So yeah. This will get more interesting as soon as we're at a plane percent. There we go. That shouldn't have taken that long to say. We're actually going into the DK Island tracks now, which are DS only tracks, based on the DK Country series. Now at this time, DKC Returns was not released unfortunately, so it's not based on that, but from what they had from the original trilogy, this draws some inspiration from it. And yeah, I think they're pretty good overall. Thunderco is one of the better ones, I'd say. I mean, honestly, I like all... I like all of them except for Splashdown Pass, which is 2 tracks after this one. They're all... Well, no, this one's fairly long though. They're all fairly average length, but this one is a bit longer. And yes, it has an out of bounds. Every track in this world actually has an out of bounds. This is one of the hardest ones, though. That movement there to get that zipper is quite difficult. Getting that air zipper at the same time. You have to really preemptively lift off the ground, abusing the fact that ground zippers have a larger hitbox in this game compared to 64. They extend up vertically quite far, actually. Ah. Not uncommon to miss one or the other there. I have to say I think this is one of my favourite plane tracks. This one really takes advantage of TT's snappy handling. Lots of tight turns here. This section's very difficult. I had a lot of grazing the wall there, but actually didn't lose any of my speed. Never mind. That aged well. But yes, this is a very fun plane track. Oh, whoa, what was I doing? Oops. Right. Yeah, I would like to be getting like 118 there usually. This one's actually a plain default. Unfortunately, it's the only one of the DK Island tracks I'm not really a fan of. So a bit on the longer side as well. Oh wow, that is a bong apparently. Not high enough to go over it. This one's quite difficult with Whizpig, especially this section right here. Ooh, yikes. Oh, whoa. Looks like a lag spike on that. I'm not sure what exactly causes that, but I think that's possibly a little lag spike. Sometimes the camera just gets confused. Okay. Oh, that was a 34 lap, okay. Alright, last track in plane percent. And another one I actually really like. Strangle Shrine. Yeah, this is a rather fast one again, like Meandering Mound, and I think this is a very unique track thematically, for sure. And it has a lot of zippers, as you can probably tell. Definitely is quite fun to optimize this one. Definitely one of my favourites in playing. Oh dear. Oh yeah, these water zippers have a very tall vertical hitbox, and they also don't actually require you to hit them in any... You can get a good boost from them at any angle, you don't get caught in them ever. Which is quite nice. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing but in hover. And actually every track is playable in hover. Staying with TT because he's still the best character in hover. So we're going to be seeing all 24 tracks here. Hover takes about just under 50 minutes to do. Well, TT's not actually the sole best character in hover. He's one of... Actually, to be honest, like, pretty much the whole cast is usable in hover quite well. It's by far the vehicle with the most kind of equality between the characters. Just happens that TT is the most balanced pick for everything across the game. He is superior to Wizpig and Taj in every aspect in hover. There are some tracks though where he either... Okay, so the other two top picks in hover generally are Drumstick and Pipsy or Tip-Top. And that's because Pipsy and Tip-Top have great acceleration in hover, although they have lower top speed. So in some tracks where you come to a complete stop and then have to start back up again, they can be used. And alternatively, Drumstick has great top speed but terrible handling, so he's used in some tracks with long straights. It's quite weird that Drumstick's used in hover in DS, considering he's used in plane in 64 and some time trials for the same reason, that he has really bad handling but really good speed. That was a complete mess, that track. I usually like to go at least 5 seconds faster than that. Because hover's got a lot going on, it tends to be the vehicle with the most variation in the times. Dodgy new 3DS XL Mike, my beloved. A lot of the time in hover, you will end up turning the camera sideways or maybe even completely backwards in some instances, so you kind of have to know where you're going. And really it's just about not missing a hop, and of the hops you do hit, trying to do them as quickly as you can. That is, minimise the amount of time you're on the ground, because every frame will lose you time, or rather speed. And use this slope to build some speed, and then preserve it around this turn. Actually, still got a tiny bit of it left, even into Zipper. Oh, I hope I don't get screwed here by CPUs. Ooh. Hit that wall a bit, but I still had some of my boost duration there. It wasn't terrible. Oh, I didn't get so much speed there. That was actually really good. I wonder what the time is on this. Ooh, almost 149. That's excellent, actually. 149 is fantastic time there. I almost got that. I hate this microphone sometimes. Anyway. This track can be done with Pipsy / Tip-Top alternatively, but TT's a little bit faster, just slightly harder to work with. Oh dear. Yep, camera goes all over the place here. Something that happens in Hover is that if you turn while you're on the ground, a lot of the time it will lead to you spinning out of control. However, sometimes you do actually need to do it to turn on the spot, or kind of redirect yourself. Like, where possible, you would like to turn in the air most of the time, but not always possible. Yes, Pipsy and Tip-Top made this ending section much easier. Oh, I'm so lucky that bubble got taken for me. I shoot it right in front of him and it doesn't hit him. I kind of like this one in Hover. Okay, my microphone has completely given up. Oh dear. Not the first time this has happened. Ah! No boosts allowed, apparently. Yeah, my microphone on this DS sucks, and there's no way around it, unfortunately. Just by design, it is a terrible microphone. No idea how to fix it, to be honest, but oh well. That means I'm going to be losing out on a lot of these start boosts in Hover. Whoops, I don't know why I touched the start screen there. Ooh. Ah. This track is quite difficult in Hover, but I do quite like it. At best I can hit a 39 lap here, so 46 is really not where it's at. Half of that wasn't my fault. Oh, whoa. But yeah, because Hover's got so much going on, it's not uncommon for wall records by multiple seconds to happen. I really try my best there to hit that. That's a very difficult zipper to hit, especially with TT. Like Meowdoing Mount, you can alternatively use Pipsy or Tip-Top here. Mostly to make that ending much easier. Diddy. Oh, whoa. Ah, very yucky. You can get sub 2 on this. Not quite a full one, but close. The notable thing about Star City Hover in Balloon Race is that the CPUs are possibly meaner here than in any other track or vehicle combination. I don't know why. They are out for blood in this track. And you will suffer on lap 2, especially. I can still get a tiny bit of speed from that little down slope that's on the bridge. Missed a hop. Missing a hop can be pretty catastrophic sometimes. Yep, here they are. And I missed that. Need to watch out for bumper and hit C. Yep. Exactly as I predicted. And Dixie taking up most of my boost as well. Yep. I mean, that's not as bad as they can be. Oh, missed that again. Oh, wow. Ah. Did one less hop there for safety. Not very good. That is car. Well, second menu mistake of the run. I mean, it's sun-deuced. First this microphone, man. Which then means I have to deal with all these CPUs. I feel like car's the only one of these that's actually gonna go fairly decently. Oh, and this is normally a tip-top hipsy track. That zipper right there. Normally you stop and then accelerate back up to get that zipper if you're playing as either of those characters. But yeah, TT can't do it so easily. I definitely tapped to select hover. Well, that's the third menu mistake this run. Oh my god, this is so scuffed. Wow, absolutely nothing is going my way right now. I hate that the microphone does this. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go there. Oh.
Yeah, I think your mic finally goes up.
It's just unfortunate, it's just such a bad mic by design. There's kind of no way to make it good. But there wasn't really any other console, like... There wasn't really any other, you know, version of the 3DS I could get the capture card on at the time. It's kind of my only choice. I didn't realise how bad it would be. And now I'm paying the price.
Well, the gamepad microphone isn't any better.
Oh yeah, I've never had to. I don't think I've ever had to use that, but I can't imagine it's very good. No. This is also a tip-top/Pipsy track, normally. Mostly because of all that braking we have to do at the start of the lap. There is... Hopefully I get this time. Whee! Completely backwards. It's a very fun strat to do, actually. It's probably one of the coolest looking strats in Hover. It's not too hard to do, actually. Alright. Well, I tried. I give up. This is a very difficult track in Hover. Especially the ending section. Kind of on land in general, because car is also really tough in this track. Something about Hover actually is that if you're going over a ledge, so if you drive over one of these bumps for example, that is drive over it rather than hop over it, you can actually buffer a first frame hop as soon as you land. Which is kind of helpful at the beginning of this track and also in places like Boulder Canyon, the ending. There we go, that's better. There we go, that's what that's supposed to look like. Very hard to actually get that, but that is how that ending is supposed to look. Oh, that's just really mean, isn't it? That is just horrible. Again? Ooh. Everywhere. I do have some decent speed into this area for once, though. Okay, I mean, that wasn't terrible at the end there. Well, almost. Oh. I got a tiny boost there. Aside from that, this is a pretty fun hover track, and also one of the faster ones. Yuck. we go, actually some decent speed preservation there. Oh dear. Okay, here's some familiar territory. Yeah, no point trying. At least TT accelerates quickly. Yeah, familiar territory here. Buffering a hop there. And there's another place at the very end where I also buffer a hop. Okay, like that. Do note that we also have Air B in hover now, so I'm going a little bit faster than I possibly could have in that any % run. This is probably one of my best hover tracks, I'd say. .32. Yeah, 32 is a great lap. Oh, Diddy trying to get me. Ooh, 139. Nice. Considering I literally missed the start boost because my microphone sucks. That's pretty good. I don't know, maybe one of these times it'll work. Okay, so you might have seen this well when playing casually. This is the only time in either Diddy Kong Racing game where it's actually faster. Specifically in Hover in DS. It's the only time it's actually faster. And it's considerably more effective when using Pipsy or Tip Tap than with TT, because of their acceleration. But yes, it is actually better to go into the well and take the zipper there than it is to go around. But only in this specific combination, DS hover. Casual players might swear it's faster, but no, it's not in any other circumstance. And if a casual player is playing GB hover, they're probably not signing themselves up for very much fun. Considering how hard this vehicle is to control if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, that wasn't terrible aside from you know what. Where? At least there's a zipper right here. Okay. This is the single longest track vehicle combination in the game. This track is around 2 minutes 10 seconds. And there are some other tracks above 2 minutes, but none are this long. So thankfully it's only shorter tracks from here. So it does at least have a good few boosts, it's just a really long track, is all. It's also the longest in plane and one of the longest in car. At the ending there, I pretty much have to use the slopes to build up some speed. Not much I can do otherwise to speed up the ending. Oh yeah, I never mentioned that the thing about releasing A for boosts doesn't actually apply to balloons and DS. Only to zippers and the start boost. That is halfway through Hover Percent, by the way. It's just crazy that it just doesn't pick anything up. I don't know what's going on in there. Anyway. I say halfway through Hover Percent, but a lot of those tracks are actually the longer tracks, so we're more like 55% of the way through. You know, some runners swear by compressed air strats for this game. I'm not one of those people. Mainly because I'm not an American and I don't apparently have a can of compressed air to hand at all times, but they seem to.
Yeah, also I think compressed air could harm the microphone.
Yeah. Nope, it's... yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what I can get without my microphone actually working at all. It's weird because it was working earlier, but I couldn't quite reach around to the Y button there to get rid of that. That is probably going to come back to bite me on lap 2. I'm probably going to run right into that, because I don't think any of the CPUs did. Okay, it's not that far in the way, actually. But yeah, none of them are going to run into that, they don't go over there. Whoa. Okay. Complete mess. That is kind of what happens if you lose control in this track, if you don't stay above the waves. That is kind of what tends to happen. Again, where... And I can drop them now with no consequence. I'm not going to run into them or anything. Probably still not going to inconvenience any CPUs, but... oh well. That was sloppy. Very much. The main thing to know about this track also, oh yeah, you can go around the boat, by the way. That is a thing you can do. Main thing in this track is the lap transition. It goes as follows. Very fun movement to do. Just do a bunch of consecutive hops while holding right until you're completely backwards, and then let yourself tumble down the hill a little bit, and then straighten yourself out. And you still maintain a little bit of speed when you're hopping into the zipper. Let's do it again. Oh, Dixie's in the way. And Dixie ruined it. Great job. Oh, okay, that's close. Tipped up. Missed a hop there, but still okay enough. I mean, 132 is fine for missing the start boost again. Don't worry, there are only 8 hover tracks after this one. You won't have to hear me in pain much longer. That implies hovercraft the vehicle is not good, which is not true at all. It's actually... I'd say hovercraft is the best vehicle in this game for speedrunning. Casual players hate it, but I think it's excellent. Although it is really frustrating when you don't know what you're doing. And it is kind of frustrating when you're trying to learn it, but I think once you learn it, it unlocks so much, really. Oh, just wasn't quite slow enough there. This is another tip-top track, and it's solely for this section right here. To pretty much no way other than to completely stop and accelerate again. There is a tunnel through the water on the right there that we actually took in plane. We're not going to take that in hover because it's actually slower. Actually just better to get the main path, and ideally I would have gotten that zipper as well. I actually don't think that balloon is any faster, to be honest. I think it should just be better to get that zipper and nothing else there. essentially making this identical to the time trial for this track. I missed that every lap. Wow, okay. Didn't really get to show how the optimal downhill looks. Oh, whoa, that is just unlucky. Yeah, at least I get to use a zipper again. Yeah. This is a very fun one in Hover. I put a decent bit of time into playing this one in time trials compared to the other tracks. And of course I'm getting completely destroyed right now because I couldn't actually get any lead on them at the beginning, thanks microphone. Yeah, this one, especially in Balloon Race as well, it's got a bunch of, plenty of boosts in this track, and it's also a really short one. It's one of the... I think it's the second shortest hover track actually. Getting crushed by a snowball in Hover actually barely matters. Oh really? How did that not cross the finish line? Getting crushed actually barely matters. The only thing it affects in Hover is that you can't use balloons. It doesn't actually slow you down or anything. This is another rather long track. Actually gonna cut over the hills here in this one. You can do this in Car 2, but it's a lot more inconsistent and not that much faster. And I will actually be taking the left path this time. Chinese zipper. Yep. That makes it infinitely more painful, missing that. Little slingshot there with the magnet. This is also quite a fun one in Hover, I'd say. Definitely one of the ones I like a bit more. That was alright. This track actually has no zippers, and it's the only track in DS that has no zippers. However, it does still have boost balloons, so in Balloon Race there is still some stuff going on here, but in Time Trials this is actually a really interesting track. Can't really get that one. Oh yeah, Leffen can squish you. Kind of forget about that, I don't play this one very much. And he's also absent from Time Trials. Most track hazards are not present in Time Trials in this game. And yes, this is the only instance in which you actually want to go in this path. In plane it's just slower 100% of the time in DS. I'm not surprised I missed those. Really janky to work with those slopes. This is another really short one. Oh, Tipto's gonna shoot me. I think. Maybe not then. This is another really short one. Actually do want to take the zipper for once. Don't take that in either car or plane, but you do want to take it here. And this one. In general, Hover will seek out more zippers, just because it can make much better use of the boost from them. Car Omni tends to avoid zippers a lot of the time just because of the drifting, and plane, it depends really. If I get a shield here, I should be fine. Oh wow, it didn't work. This track has one key section, which is the tunnel jump. Until that point I had a tiny bit of boost there, so you can get some more boost there. There's a tiny bit you can hold at the canyon, but not too much else there. Ah. There's still a tiny bit of speed there. That balloon is actually rather awkward to get. Oh, there's an oil slick. Oh, Diddy has a missile. Still at 139. I have to judge these times with the obvious, with the elephant in the room in mind. Of the fact that, you know, I can't get the start boost. But thankfully this is the last hover track. This absolute mess of a hover percent run is almost done. Yep, okay. Never free from anything even in the last one. This hover percent has been abysmal. Both for reasons in and out of my control. And this is the shortest hover track as well. Oh, I missed that too. Please, zipper. I just made a fool of myself there. Really would like that zipper. Oh well. Let's just be glad that I'm out of this one. Okay, what we're going to do now is actually change character to a familiar face. Right, and now we get to start car percent. So, yeah, hopefully this should be the cleanest of the 3 runs. I'm really hoping. Don't have any touchscreen, well no, microphone shenanigans to worry about anymore. And I think I feel more at home with these tracks than I do with like TT Plane. So, hope this one's better. Ooh, yep, I knew that would happen. If you get a big jump, then you will need to tap in the opposite direction. No, tap in the direction of your drift to neutralize your drift, kind of. Otherwise, you spin out like that. And Leffen wasn't, but it wasn't slow enough for Leffen to go past, so just had a massive time loss there, pretty much. It is a tiny bit faster to carry that drift over the whole lap transition, even if you have to have a substantial portion of it be without B. You can do it while holding B the whole time, but it needs a really precise line. Oh, Tiny. I feel like you've probably got something to shoot at me. Yes, I think she did. Well. I do tend to prefer running the race categories in time trial mode overall. Oh, tip top, please no. Okay. Whew. Oh god. Okay, I'm alive. Against all odds. Yeah, I do tend to prefer running these kinds of categories in time trial mode. Overall. For the most part, car races are just default races. Like, that is to say, most of the car tracks are just car. Most of the tracks you can play car in are car by default, so that means there's very little menuing I have to do here compared to the other two runs, where a large portion of them are non-defaults. Oh. You really want to go either behind or either outside of or inside of that tree, and sometimes that happens if you don't predict correctly, or if you can't tell where you're going to be. Okay, that time I did actually go outside of it. Wow, okay. I tried to get one of the CPUs out of my way and it just yeah, I forgot that can happen. It's quite easy to accidentally shoot yourself with that homing missile. I don't know why that's a thing. Alright, finally a track that I'm fairly decent at, or a track that I think is one of my better ones. Let's see if I do decently on this one. I did get a double 149 in that any percent run, which is really nice. Okay, well, missing 2 balloons and a zipper is not a good start. Maybe it's still 36 lap. Yeah, still on mid-36. Something I never mentioned is that the timer is a little bit weird. It doesn't actually count up... Ow. Don't mind that. The timer's a little bit weird. It doesn't actually go up to... Or rather, the decimals specifically. They don't actually go up to 100, they go up to 60. So... like, a 0.2, 0.3 is a mid-whatever thing. And a high one is a 0.5. So when I say I got 140, so earlier I got a 149 by 2 frames in that any percent run, which meant it was a 149.56. Whereas in other games that would be a mid 149. I don't really know any other games that do that, but it does make it a little weird to... It's a little weird to look at sometimes, for sure. This has not been a good horoscope, unfortunately. I had to have a bad one after having 2 good ones, I guess.
Just a question, but can you tell me when the last 2 tracks are, just so I can tell the other one to get ready?
Yeah, I can do that. It's looking like this run will be 152-ish at the moment, so, but yeah, I'll let you know. really don't have too much to say about these tracks because a lot of them we played in any percent just now. This one is as inconsistent as ever. Oh, 55. Okay. 55 is pretty good. Pretty much always want to be getting a 55 there. Despite how inconsistent that track is, you can find some consistency with it. I had a feeling that wasn't going to quite work. Way too tight there. Oh dear. Okay, at least I didn't hit anything. I had a feeling I was going too tight there. Whoa. Oh, wait. That tree has a deceiving hitbox. I needed to release B a bit there. Still 27. Okay. Almost thought I got it. In this case, I'll actually take this zipper and then set myself up here. Oh, Dixie, please don't. Pretty messy. Ah. That's what happens if you hit a zipper during a drift when you don't intend to. I mean, not that you should ever be hitting a zipper during a drift. It sends you in the direction you're facing rather than the direction you're moving. So, yeah, because you're facing sideways almost all the time, yeah, it's not good. Ah. Hey, this is actually our first non-default car. I'm a pretty big fan of this one. Drift switch. I love drift switches. Really not too much about this one, it's almost all drifting, and they're honestly not too difficult either. I quite like. I screwed that up, but it works. This is still alright so far, this track. Screwed up lap 2 a bit, but the rest has been okay. Oh. Need to adjust there so I didn't go in the drink. Oh, whoa. That's what happens if you add B too quickly. You usually spin out like that. And yeah, right into the tree. That's what I get for saying it was going decently. This track remains as difficult as it is in any percent. We'd really like to see if I can get the sub 130 here though. You know, 3 chances to get it, surely 3rd time's a charm. Ah, can still get it. Whoa. It's still a low 29. That bubble can be someone else's problem. Whoa. Okay, that is actually... that lost me way more time than missing that zipper did, actually. Okay, but that should still be it. Why didn't it be a 128? Yeah, it's a 128, 58 I think. Or 59. Yeah. Something I never mentioned is that, so for the most part, the decimals will increase by 0.02 every frame. This game runs at 30 FPS. The exception is if you get lag, in which case it will increment by 0.03 for 1 frame. So you can actually get odd numbers as your final time. Oh, sorry, you can get odd numbers as the last digit sometimes, but it's considerably more rare. Ah. Can I at least get a sub 1 in this one? Oh, big bounce, unlucky. Probably can't now. It'll be close. Oh, tiny. No. Just barely missed it. Another non-default here, and possibly the hardest one in the whole game. Now cars and air don't really mix, and this track has a lot of airtime. It's not completely unplayable, it's just very difficult and very inconsistent. I knew that was going to go wrong. In time trials I usually have a ghost there to help with setting myself up correctly, but, you know, I don't in Balloon Race. No, that is no way that's working. This zipper is the hardest part of this track. Going around that one to the right is much more consistent than what I'm trying to do, but it is a little bit slower. What I'd like to do is cut through the left like I do in Plane, but very difficult to do that cleanly. I let off B at the last second there to make that work. Yeah, and you can see why that doesn't really work very well sometimes. If it does work, it's really fast, but when it doesn't, it's not. Alright, I've only got... let me think. Right, from here I've got 6 tracks to the end. This is the 6th to last track. Let's see if I can get closer to a sub 2 this time. Okay, I guess I'm going this way. Okay, this should be like a 202. Yeah, 202. Almost 201. Yeah, I've only got 5 tracks out to the end. Actually going on to one of my favourite non-defaults. This one's really cool when done well. The actual fastest way to go through that vent is just literally just press left and then right. It's crazy. That's literally all you do. I guess the way to word it is like the lip of the vent will kind of tilt your vehicle when it touches it. And go switch. And what we want to do is turn left so that the side of our vehicle can be tilted like this. And then that gives us a much smoother landing than if we were to be tilted backwards. Oh, speaking of being turned backwards. Oh yeah, there's a ramp to leave that room. That isn't there on 64. You can actually get launched like all the way out there, but did not get on any lap. Oh, bad bounce. Ah. Everything going wrong. We're nearly there. But yeah, this is a very fun track. Turn the thing on. You'll never be too safe in this track. CPUs are an absolute fiend no matter how you play it. Oh, whoa. The no-bong clap transition. I need to watch out for Dixie. And Tiny. Right there, okay. And Dixie is probably right there. Don't do it, don't do it. You would not do it. Okay, good job. Did it out of my way. Yeah, at least I got a one sub 140 there. 138 is kind of my standard time now, but I've had trouble even getting sub 140 today, apparently. Alright, just 3 tracks now. 3 DK Island tracks to finish it all off. Whoa. Just switch. Oh, nearly in the drink. I'll play this one safe. Oh yeah, of course we never actually played this one in any percent, did we? Because you don't play these tracks in any percent. Yeah, this is the default vehicle for Thunder Cove, and I think this is a really good car track. I'm a big fan of this big area, kind of in all vehicles, that you can just do pretty much whatever you want with. There's a lot of room to experiment there, a lot of room to like learn drift switching on this track, and just general drift mechanics. I think this track's a great place to learn them. It does have some difficult non-drift sections as well, like the beginning. Okay, 157's alright-ish. Ooh. Nearly there. This is, probably a controversial opinion. I think Meandering Mount is one of the best tracks in this game. Great timing on me saying that, as I smash into a wall. It's not liked by many people because it's just really hard, especially in car. I don't know though, I really like this one. There are ways to make it more consistent. I used to hate it, but it's definitely a thing that, like, as you get better, you enjoy it more. Tipped up. He wouldn't do it. Oh, he doesn't have anything. Of course he can't. This is also one of only 2 tracks where there actually is faster to not do any drifts in car. And the other one is the last track we're going to play right after this. I do like this one a lot more than that track though. Alright, final track. If this is decent, this can still be a 152. And yes, as I just said, this track actually has no drifts, ideally. Unfortunately, I do not like it as much as Meandering Mount. Really in any vehicle except for hover. This track's very good in hover. I don't really like it too much in plane and car. And it is faster to cut the hill at the end, like this. Unless you fall off. But yeah, you really think it's faster to drift around this turn or something, but nope, it actually isn't. Oh wow, I'm missing everything. This might not be a 153, no, 152 anymore. Missed everything. Yeah, I don't think this is a 152. Oh yeah, sorry, so I forgot to mention timing is going to end as soon as I cross the finish line in about 5 seconds. And... okay. 1:53.01 on my end. That was a complete disaster. That was a complete disaster. Not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Complete mess of a run. Mostly because my microphone decided to stop working for the hover portion, but the overall racing was quite messy. I had a couple menu mistakes in there. I was considering lowering my estimate for this to 1:53, but I mean, I guess the 1:55 estimate came in handy here. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say, but that is the last of 6 runs from me for this marathon, and I've just played this game for 4.5 hours straight. I think I'm gonna go have a cup of tea, and I am pretty much done here. So I will hand it back over now.